何か用かい？死ぬんじゃないよ。
Still alive, are you? Go on, then. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Leviathan the Lost? But why now? After all this time?
Why, what now?
No. I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you.
After all we've been through. I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there. I see we're all here.
So, what is it this time?
I'm not sure yet. The letter delivered to my chambers omitted a few crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted. But whoever the sender was, it seems the Dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The Dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time. It must be important.
Important might be an understatement. If the letter is to be believed, Leviathan's dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
But why the gap? I know it can be a few years before a new dominant's born, but over a century?
Should the dominant of Water's bloodline have been severed somehow, it could have prevented a new dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time. Every nation in the realm has lost its dominant. If word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
And the twins will be at war again, just when humanity most needs to come together. Did the letter say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person. And that the Veil can arrange a meeting.
If nothing else, you can be certain it ain't a trap.
Famous last words. I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you. Both of you. And Otto?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on things here. Didn't fancy coming anyway.
Thank you. I shall leave the Invincible in your capable hands.
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
Garrison said they'd take another up.
To the Vale it is, then.
Looks like you've got a thirst.
But enough talk.
How about we?
Fancy a peek behind the veil, my lord?
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found one. So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
We're here about the letter.
Oh. Sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Specifically?
A location, north of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay. There you'll find a tent, and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all. Nothing else.
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand. Few venture into the Royal Meadows anymore. So you won't be overheard.
Does anyone else think it's strange that this woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town?
Not if she realizes the value of the information she's party to.
And the danger it puts her in.
Seems the Duke's had a change of heart.
We've got more pips than the Vale's got paps, and they're all just as sweet.
I hear the Duke's agreed to let us keep our land.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Straight home now.
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes.
Do be careful.
I will.
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
It's empty. Why am I not surprised? A boat. No prizes for guessing who that belongs to. The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Moats of Water.
The Moats of Water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yes, that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
Vanished. Was exterminated. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Kriegers faithful for over a century.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
The Surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty.
So in other words, you know nothing. Not that I'll hold it against you. The wave was raised by Leviathan in an act of rage. Moments before the waters were stayed, and the icon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to?
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say? Will you help us?
What exactly did your dominant do to warrant this punishment?
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born. But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
As do we all. Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
Lead the way.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
That was worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you? Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day. And that concludes our little voyage. We're here. It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb.
Finally.
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Of course it is. After it. Where would I be without you?
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous. If not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me. Wondering when they pick up our scent. Oh, will you now? Or shall I keep my eyes and spells to myself then?
ancient spells, yet I see you carry no crystals.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
Caution.
We're almost at the summit. From there, you'll have a better view of our home. Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to ㅍㅍ.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so...
Alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
It's beautiful, Shula.
And we aim to keep it that way.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
If the surge was an act of rage,
One wonders what prompted it.
could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay?
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Open the gates! The tributary is home!
Outsiders? Well, I never.
Look at the size of that dog.
All right now, back to your duties. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
Then we are honored to be the first.
This is quite extraordinary. Like stepping into another world.
So do you believe me now?
You've made it difficult not to, my lady. But how did your people chance to settle here, in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called the coasts of southern Ash their home. Until Drake's Horn fell, and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of import. We can speak more inside, once the place is ready to receive you. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Thank you. We'll do just that.
Just you stay away from that town.
I'm sorry, but I don't like it. Outsiders should stay.
That'll be them then. Don't look like much if you ask me.
Look! That one's got a black cape. Do you think he's the leader?
Intruders! We must flee!
No, do you think he did?
The poor things are...
So what do you think of our little haven in the woods? It might not have all the comforts of a southern settlement, but at least it's ours.
And there's a lot to be said for that. It can't have been easy keeping this place a secret.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated our lives to maintaining the glamour that conceals us. Us and Walias.
This man, Walias, is he Leviathan's dominant?
That's right. Though he's no man, Walias is still a baby.
A baby?
Forgive me, but you said that the Dominant and his icon were bound inside the Surge almost a century ago. That would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age. But the spell robbed the poor bairn of even that.
I'm sorry?
Wallius was the son of my great-grandfather. Leviathan awoke within him almost immediately. But instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community, my ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly for them, the Icons sensed their treachery and summoned a wave so large it would have swallowed the entire village if my ancestors hadn't stopped him.
Then it is not the Surge that binds the child, but time itself.
Yes.
Forgive me. I'm still not sure I understand.
I'm not surprised. It isn't the easiest thing to explain. Which is why it might be better if I took you to see him. Show you exactly what he has to endure.
That is why we came.
Then let us be off. There's a road that leads north from the village. It'll take us right into the Surge.
Are you bound for the Wave, tributary?
We are, Delina. Have you spread the word about our guests?
I have. Everyone knows to treat them as family.
You shouldn't have any trouble now, but just in case, I would have you accept this symbol of our people.
That's very kind. I look forward to meeting the family.
The feeling's mutual.
Should the tributary be indisposed, feel free to ask me any questions you might have regarding the village, and I'll do my best to answer.
Thank you. We will.
Then I bid you good tide.
Our storehouse lies across the bridge. If you're short of supplies, you may find what you need there. But we will have to ask you for recompense, poor as we are.
You are Sid, aren't you? The man the tributary told us about? I wonder if you could help me.
With what exactly?
Oh, nothing too troublesome. Do you know my husband, Pavat? He's the village smith, among other things. Anyway, his name day's not far off, and I wanted to make a gift for him. He's a craftsman, you see, and... Perhaps, please, I know.
Which flap?
The sweet little... We use them to dye our fabric, so you don't need to go to the trouble of picking...
2 basketfuls at it.
Welcome to Haven, friend.
Thank you. Forgive my presumptuousness, but the smith's wife has asked me to make her husband a present of some elders' blessings. 2 basketfuls, to be precise.
Wow.
It is. I'm much obliged. They really are beautiful.
Aren't they just? Though that's not the only reason they have a special place in our hearts. Legend has it that when our people fled from Ash, the tributary of the time took some seeds with them. And as they wandered high and low across the Twins, he'd plant them wherever they stopped for water. Every elder since has done the same, So when we finally put down roots here in Mysidia, the flowers did too.
Excuse me. I wonder, might you be able... Pavart's wife tasked me with...
Ah, go on then.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't worry about it. An old fool Pavart may be.
Well, that's 2 basketfuls. Time to visit Pavart.
Oh, I'll have her. Oh, sorry. If you're after, she will.
I understand.
Saying that, she...
Ah, right.
She's got her hands full with the inventory, you see. The heavens only know when...
If you'd like me to keep an eye out for her.
Oh, no. Could I?
Of course not.
I hope not.
Ah.
Aye, that she is. Oh, if she wanted to watch you arrive, she...
All right.
What do you want?
Your wife asked me to bring you these flowers.
Now come out and...
Who?
Would either of you care to explain what's going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deceive you. It's just, my husband can be a bit standoffish at times, and I thought this might be a good way for the two of you to get acquainted. What with you being a swordsman like, and him being the only smith in the village. It'd be a shame if you couldn't turn to him for help.
The only reason he couldn't turn to me for help is because I had my hands full with all the orders you lot dumped on me. I'm pretty much done with them now, though. But, for the record, the tributary said that we were to lend you outsiders our aid, and that's exactly what I was planning to do. With or without my darling wife's meddling. Still, here we are. Acquainted. So, if there's out you need, just bring us the materials, all right?
All right.
All right, then.
You use them for dyeing?
Aye. We use it to stain the cloth.
As modes of water?
That's right. The Ceaseless Rill, it's called. It symbolises the river of our tribe, with the strength of Leviathan running through it. And no matter how that river has ebbed and flowed, changed it... I should get back to work.
Oh, well.
What is it you want? A good tide to you.
Excuse me.
Little Ruka? I have visited her. She went out through...
Out of the village?
Aye, there's a path off to the left which leads down. That's where she'll...
Oh, well. This must be the path.
They're not here. It's you!
You must be...
You know my name. Can you look?
You left without telling him where you were going.
But I went to look for you.
Well, now you found me.
All right. And on the way home, you can...
Everything might be a stretch.
Thank you for bringing her home.
Oh, no. It was a...
Daddy, did you know that there are villages 10 times as big as Haven in the out cities they call?
Oh, you can tell me all about the outside world later, sweet.
All right.
One of the big ones.
Are we the only...
A few of us might make the occasional trip to...
Yes.
Well, they make for fine. That's one thing we don't have to. Medicine. Aye. So please, do make...
Thanks for bringing me daughter back, anyway. I will have to charge you. Here you are. May it serve you well. I'll be here. Will you be back soon? You've still got to tell me everything else about the outside world.
What do you think the tributary sees in those outsiders?
How long do you think this bridge has been?
Suddenly, there were curves.
There's a pair of ships just up ahead.
Ships? But are we not still leagues from the shore?
The quickest route to the surge is due east, past the second galley.
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother, did you have to ask?
Fell creatures consumed by the hatred for everyone and everything.
Everything save sharp knives, it seems.
Nice try. Go for this one. Stay down.
I can smell the sea.
It's not far now.
How will we reach the surge?
We'll follow the coastline north. There's a bridge that'll take us across to the cape.
Might I inquire about the Ray of Light?
It's what prevents the surge from being reclaimed by the sea. And Dwalius by his people.
You said before that the child is bound within the surge. But you've yet to tell us how we're meant to reach him. I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed. And the wave's origin.
All right. It won't be the first dominant we've met at the bottom of the ocean.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walyus's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes. The forest grows quickly here. Left unattended, the path would be reclaimed in a matter of moons.
Does the light point the way to the child?
It does indeed.
Look at all the droplets of water suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
It's not right.
No. It's not.
There. Up ahead. Down in the center. Follow me.
He's still primed.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear. And I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin. Committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean?
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallace's icon?
I tell you, you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Very well. Do what you must. And whatever happens, I will own the consequences.
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight. I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong. He wasn't just afraid. He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
Leviathan!
No, just an enemy, but a formidable adversary nonetheless. Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but... there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
I'm sorry, Walyas. I will make this right. So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it? Does it hurt?
No. Not anymore, anyway.
Good. Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
Look, Dad! The cherry's back.
And what are you two? The broom is your work.
To understand the spell which binds Walyas, you must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity.
This tapestry
is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith, and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own Mother Crystal.
I've heard that one before.
Yes, yet it gave them new hope, however false. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant Walyas.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of ㅍㅍ, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal's source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the dome of light on top of the cliffs to the west? Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the ㅍ, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once. I fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.
The ㅍ is not easy to find. We must first head north, and then west, deeper into the forest.
My lord, may I speak with you? There is a matter with which I would beg your...
Of course, what is it?
Please.
Something serious.
Yes, but the more I think about it...
And you're sure?
Positive. Of course, but if it... Would you...
Very well. Whether the...
Perhaps. Just...
Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yamila.
A customer.
I'll explain later. Come on.
No sign of the child.
You don't think he's...
Reckon my steel's just as good as any. I'd like to see another smith do better. Till next time, then.
Just...
Is everything...
You're the outsider, and this is Talor.
Nothing too serious.
I hope so.
But...
This affliction, and my more... I'm starting to wonder. Shula said that you were...
I'd be happy.
You can. All I need you to... Something. The trouble is... So are you.
All right.
Leave me be. Let me go.
Bottle. Breath of the Arbor. Perfume from ㅍㅍ. Looks expensive, too. Who's there? Stop! Hang on! I'm coming!
Don't eat me! I'll give you gun rot, I swear!
Stand back. I'll handle this. Are you all right?
I'm more than all right.
Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Hervey! I knew it.
I came to see you. Oh, my little...
Thank you for saving him and sparing him.
Who is he?
Hervey, one of many clients from my employment beyond the wall.
One of many clients? We spoke every night of our plans together. Whispered songs of love into each other's ears. And then you upped and vanished without so much as a word.
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry, but that we could never be together. That I could never abandon my family. And I told you not to look for me. How did you even find this place, anyway?
The flame of your love was as a beacon in the night that guided me to you.
Hervey.
I was walking by the coast near Northreach when I saw... The next moment, she and her...
It must have been shooters. So what?
And as I did, the sky...
That!
Oh, why did... I cannot leave my...
I'm to meet your family. Oh, my little canary.
Please, come and see me later. You did as I asked, and you must be rewarded for it. But first, follow me, Hervey.
To the end of the world and beyond.
He should never have found this place. How could I be so careless?
Don't blame yourself. I doubt anything could have kept that man away.
Forgive me.
There's nothing to... You two met...
When I worked there, and for that reason, some of us seek employment beyond the wall.
And so you supported your family as best you could.
I did. and I have never regretted it for a moment. I found a second family in the Vale, and in the Dame, a second mother. I also found Hervey, but our love could never be.
What will happen to him now? I see.
That was before my time, you understand. I've never had to make... Ymilla, know that I do not blame. This was my mistake, and I shall bear the responsibility.
Thank you,
I will take that into consideration.
Of course, tributary. Come what may.
Oh,
I do. Though not from the fort.
I see.
It's no trouble, really.
Not that I know of. Suppose he might have been...
When you say out...
Just round the village. Maybe he knows some...
Maybe.
No sign of the child.
You don't please.
If we pick too many of the flowers, there won't be enough.
Greetings, stranger.
Your name is ㅍㅍ, is it not?
Zelmus. Talo's never been ill a day in his life.
Oh, Fanny doesn't know either.
Oh, did you see anything that was like it?
Well, that certainly... And it might just be...
Ah, don't, man.
Let's see what the healer makes of this.
Spoke with word.
Nothing conclude. ㅍㅍ, he kept asking...
The forest, surely.
But then...
I can't say for sure. You may have encountered them.
And you think they may have...
I do. Oh, no, it's a lot to... There's an altar there. And... Please. I'll explain.
Bastard things. Oh, I never should have let him go alone. Ty, take me. You. Shula said you were a Hey? I'm worried about... Would you help me...
I can try.
Of course. You know about the glamour hour...
Shula told us about it.
Right. So if it weren't for the likes of us, it would have...
So your friend went into the...
Aye, that's right. He said he was going down. There are 2 cairns out there.
All right.
His name's Nassef. If you could track him down and see that he's...
Very well. One cairn by the ships, another by the river. Better get moving.
Hail, stranger. Are you alright?
I am.
Oh, and not just in. If I had a... Ambrosia, eh?
Well, she's tall and...
You're joking.
I have...
This I've got to see.
I would if I could, but I doubt.
Me dad's got a boat. It'd be...
You would? All right, then.
He'll be in the storehouse on the other...
You one of the outsiders, then?
I am.
I am.
She's asked to see my chocobo, but...
Are you...
Well, truth be told, I didn't take the idea seriously.
Well, if you still... But I'll need you to bring us a mip.
And...
Oh, I don't ask.
Well, the man who made... So I suppose...
I'll be still...
I remember
She's very well.
Oh, don't thank me. You're... Anyway, I'll bring...
I was hoping to purchase, and I thought you might...
Oh, reckon I could do better than that.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favour taking a few off my app, but just be on the lookout for wild.
I will.
Oh, you're very welcome. And in times like these...
We certainly do. Northridge, then. Wouldn't want to keep Anders' father waiting.
The garrison said they'd take another 100.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, there you... And this must be... Ambrose?
I have the mimic or two.
Thank you kindly.
We're going to take a little trip across the bay. Well, we made it.
You didn't all? She is as white as snow.
You're beautiful, aren't you, girl?
Brave, too. She was calm as you like on the journey over. The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve her now.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
No. It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Anyway, thanks for bringing her here. I hope I can breed a bird like her someday.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach, you only need say the word.
Thank you. But I think we might explore Mysidia together. What do you say, Ambrosia? Come on. Run like the wind.
Before, we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is, then. Back to the stables, girl. If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark. What are they up to? Some sort of ritual. Sorry to disturb you. Let's see what's on this altar, then. A silver chain. I doubt the Tombries made it. This must be what Fennec was talking about. I did.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still none the wiser.
Forgive me. This chain.
Worn by men of the
To understand that, they feed on hatred, and some say that if you render them an offering, some token of...
So you think someone...
But given his...
Does Talor have any...
No, I believe... But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you were...
You're saying...
In trying to curse another,
When my father was younger, he was one of the few. He told us that when he journeyed...
Did they ever catch...
Not that he ever took...
Come now.
All right.
Thank you.
Aye, and... We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. If you find anything, see that you bring it back to me.
I am, thank you.
Reckon my steel's just as good as any. Bastard things.
All the fish, wait.
Fly, Ambrosia. Well, here's the cairn. But no sign of Naseth. To the riverbank, then. Come on. Who have we here? I'm looking for a man.
Aye, I know him. What do you want with the lad?
Apparently,
what?
You're a hunt.
What if her?
Maybe.
Don't mention it.
Let's hope so. This must be the bridge the hunter was talking about.
And the worse for wear.
Hold on!
I'm the tribute.
I am?
Your friend Katav.
Ah. I was so focused on attuning the...
How exactly do they work?
Oh, there are crystals inside. Should the ether cease to flow through too many of them, our shroud would quit.
And an important job it is.
Yeah. The truth is, me and Katav usually...
So you found him then?
Not before the local fauna did.
Expect you'll be wanting...
When you're next in Haven, be sure to come and see us.
If you insist. This is the mineral Pavar was talking about. The one that rings out like a bell. What was this place?
An old settlement, we think. It was already long abandoned when my people arrived. Leviathan drowned it before it could be fully explored.
O ceaseless rill, guide thy bounty.
Bastard things! I thought I'd lost you. But you saw... Thank you. Nasev told...
Oh. What that matters, far be it from me to...
Or if we have to. Maybe we should take its toll, of course.
I'd rather not. Would only succeed in adding...
Your bearers?
That we are, thank the tides. The others can't attune to the...
So, you do this work for the good of your people?
We're forced to. No, our people are few enough as it is. If we started to...
They would.
Anyway... Oh.